Hey friends, how's it going? It's Erin with What a Witch Knows. I'm here to do a tarot read for y'all. I'm just shuffling my cards here about the shift of the nodal axis into Pisces and Virgo starting on January 11th. I did a little explainer video about what that means. The nodes of the moon, they're not actually planets. They don't, exist in the sky, but they are astronomical calculations, and they're the points where the Earth's orbit around the sun meets the moon's orbit around the Earth. And they're always exactly opposite each other around the zodiac wheel. And so when they shift signs, I believe they spend about 18 months in each sign, it's a big change because the North Node represents our collective future, where we're heading, where we're going into, and the lessons that we're trying to learn. And then the South Node represents our past, our collective sort of karma, what we're leaving behind, the things that we don't need anymore. So it's a really important big shift that we have the nodes moving signs. I'd love to hear from you guys what the energy has been. I can tell you for me, it's been really real, like just crazy purging and a lot coming to the surface. But I know that that's for the best. I know that that's meant to happen because just like the nodes, you have to leave things behind if you want to get any place new. So, ooh, this is interesting. Look what just came out in the split. The World. So the World is about ending a huge chapter. It's the last card in the major arcana. And that's definitely what I'm feeling in the energy right now. I'm feeling major chapters closing and major chapters beginning. So again, it's going to be January 11th that the nodes are going to move into Pisces and Virgo. The South Node moves into Pisces. The South Node moves into Virgo, and the North Node moves into Pisces. And they're going to stay there for another 18 months, so until July 2026 or so. So it's a big deal. It's another, it's the next year and a half of our lives. We want to start thinking about what is our, collective vision? Where are we going towards? And how can we, with North Node and Pisces, how can we think about that in terms of spirituality? And, are we, bringing those ideals, our spiritual ideals and our faith into our day-to-day lives, which is Virgo? And are there routines and sort of strict, sort of dogma and things that we're sticking to that might not be working for us anymore as far as Virgo goes? That might be kind of holding us back. So let's see what else we have for cards. Yeah, this is interesting. The King of Cups came out. This makes a lot of sense to me because Pisces is a water sign and the King of Cups represents water. It's just learning to flow with our emotions. I mean, Pisces is the deep, it's the void, it's the unknown, it's the ocean. It's like the creatures that live on the very bottom of the sea that's like nobody's ever seen before. It's what's down there, what's in the subconscious, what's in there. People can be really afraid of that, but I think people are afraid of it because because they don't know what it is, and B, because it's constantly moving, it's constantly changing, and that can be really scary for people who just want predictability and want the exact same thing and want the ability to control. And that's a lot of Virgo. That has to do with Virgo. So those are some of the things with the South Node of Virgo that we're going to have to leave behind. We're going to have to leave behind, the need to know everything, the need to control everything. We're going to have to get used to living in that uncomfortable liminal void space of the not knowing and the not controlling and the not being able to predict what's around the corner. It doesn't feel good to a lot of people. And if you have a lot of Virgo in your chart, it probably feels really terrifying to you. So I feel I have a lot of very dear Virgo friends. I actually don't have much Virgo in my chart, but I'm getting hit in plenty of other ways. Believe you me, don't worry about that. So anyway, Virgos, I feel you. You're in good company. Like there's a lot of people out there who are really afraid of things that they can't control. But, it's really about giving yourself that permission to let go. It really is okay to let go. You don't need to control everything. And there is power in letting go. It's not a weak thing to do to let go. You know what I mean? People think it is, but that's just because we live in a capitalistic society that, prioritizes control over most other things. Anyway, what else do we have here? Let's see. Sorry about that. I had to stop for a second. Okay, so we just had the Page of Wands come out. So I think what that's trying to tell us is that we can, even if we're in this sort of liminal, not knowing, void, Pisces, watery space, there is still room for us to move towards our passion, even if it's in a small way. Pages can be sort of, the first step. Even if you're just sort of getting your feet wet with a new hobby, or you're introducing yourself to someone new, or you're taking on a new project that you feel like might have a lot of potential down the line, but you're still sort of unclear on where it could go. It's okay to just take the first step and not know where it's going to lead. What's really important is how you feel. Like, does it make you feel passionate? Does it make you feel happy? Does it make you feel alive? Does it make you feel like, excited? Does it give you that like pep in your step? Because even if you don't know the how you're going to ground it into reality, how it's going to turn out, how you're going to control all the details, as long as you're having that feeling of passion, that's the guidepost. That's how you know that this is a path that's aligned for you. So whatever that could be, if that's a new job, if that's a new friendship, just look for those little signs of passion, and that will be your guide. All right, let's see what else we have. That was a terrible shuffle. Let me do that one more time. There we go. Okay. Okay, love to see that. So this is the Ace of Pentacles. It's sort of a very grounded new beginning, something that's coming into your physical world. So a new job, a new friendship, a new relationship, a new project. Something that is maybe just at the very beginning stages, but something that could potentially have a long-lasting potential, but it's also something that's very real. So this is really good energy. I mean, this is kind of, it's good to see this, honestly, because I think so many of us are missing this in this Pisces energy. We're wanting something to hold on to. We're wanting something to grasp onto, just because we have no idea where we are. We have no idea what's coming around the corner. So I feel like this is kind of saying it's coming, just like you just need to chill out and wait a little bit. Like whatever it is that you're like, oh my God, like, will this ever happen? Yes, it will, but you just got to chill, and you got to let go of your need to like control the entire process, because I know that we all love to do that. Okay, what else do we have here? Yay, we have the Ace of Cups. This is so fun. I love that. So again, we were talking about that watery energy, that unknown, that liminal area, liminal space. But that doesn't necessarily mean that has to be a bad thing too. Like that can be a beautiful thing as well. Like that can be good emotions, that can be positive emotions, that can be love, that can be fulfillment. When you open yourself up to the unknown, yes, you're opening yourself up to potentially scary and, bad things, but you're also opening yourself up to potentially good things, right? Like if you keep your heart closed, you're not going to open yourself up to anything. So you have to take that risk, and you have to keep your heart open, because if not, why are we here? What are we doing? Like we're on this earth to live, to experience, all of the emotions. I don't know if you guys have seen that like emotions wheel. I'll put a link in the description box below, but that's been really helpful for me. I actually don't have much water in my chart at all, except for my North Node is Cancer, which means, for me personally, emotions are a big deal. Like I need to learn to feel them. And the emotions wheel has been really helpful. So it just shows you like every single possible emotion. Well, maybe not every single possible emotion, but it gives you a good handle on all the emotions that are out there. And it lets you specify, okay, this is what I'm feeling. You can literally like point to it on the map. And I just find that to be really useful, because sometimes when you have that feeling where it's like a wave of emotion coming over you, like the ocean, sometimes you don't even know what it is. Like it could be grief. It could be, it could be something else. It could be fear. We're not totally sure all the time. So oftentimes when you just try to like pinpoint what it is that you're feeling, that can help you be like, oh, get a little distance from it, and like maybe step back and be like, okay, this is what I'm feeling. Let me go a little bit deeper, then I can like maybe see why I'm feeling this or where this is coming from. And, it can be a process, right? It can be messy. It doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect all the time, but it's just one tool. There's many, You can also look into like EFT tapping. You can also look into Jinsen Jitsu finger holds I find are really useful because you can do them anywhere you are and nobody will necessarily know that you're doing them. You're literally just holding your finger and trying to let these emotions pass through you. So there's many tools out there. The trick is that I always say is like, so emotions have to be in motion, right? You have to let them pass through you because if not, they're just going to get stuck and cause disease in your body, right? Which is bad. So I don't know if I want to take too many more, but let me just do one last shuffle and see what else we have. Okay. The Three of Cups, I'm not going to take it, but the Three of Cups came up on the split and I saw it earlier in the shuffle. That can be about connecting with your soul tribe, connecting with your soul family. I think sometimes, at least for me, when I'm feeling really big emotions, sometimes my first instinct is to want to like isolate and, push people away. And I know that's bad. I know that's a really bad thing to do. It's just my first instinct. And I'm trying to work on that. So ask for help if you need it. Like, this is the time when there might be times when you need help. And there's certainly people out there that can help you and are happy to help you. Whether that's your friends or whether that's, a professional or whether that's somebody in the spiritual community, I would just really encourage everybody to reach out and ask for help right now if they need it. Because I feel like until the spring, some of these emotions might be really kind of difficult to handle. And you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. There's people that care about you and support you. All right, let's see what else that we have. The King of Wands. Okay, so this is a good sign too. So again, I'm feeling this as a little bit more of a future energy. So we're in this liminal space right now, a little bit of a void space. But I think there's potential certainly for sort of the goals and the dreams and the visions that we have right now to sort of manifest as long as we're following that passion, as long as you have that passion and that's what you're keeping your eye on the prize on, if that makes sense. So don't worry too much about how you're going to get there. Just make sure that you're doing things that make you feel alive and joyful and happy, especially in those moments when you're feeling really full of emotion and you're not totally sure what to do about it or how to handle it. Try to raise your vibration by going towards the things that make you really happy. So if that's like listening to music, that's a big one for me, or if it's like going for a walk, or if it's hanging out with somebody who makes you feel really happy, or if it's like hanging out with your favorite pet, animals are great for that too, or just like watching cat videos, like something that's gonna make you smile, basically. So I hope that helps you guys. I know this is a really tough time. I know I've been struggling. If you guys are struggling, I'm just like thinking of you. I hope that things get better for you, and I know they will. Just this, the message right here is pretty clear that things are looking up. So I love you guys, and I hope that you have an amazing shift. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a big shift, but I know that we're gonna get through it together. So I love you guys. Blessed be.